Patriot 6 here tonight. Everything is going good health-wise. We're both feeling very, very good. Thank you for all the concern. We got a little bit for the show tonight. We'll see what we have, but I know we're not the biggest show. I know we're not the best show. I know I'm not the smartest person doing shows, but the thing is, we're the one show that always gives credit to the kids. And when I got involved in this, it was because I heard Charlie Ward and all these people, and it doesn't matter the people I mentioned, Charlie, Mel K, David Rodriguez, it doesn't matter anybody you mention, whether all the people that we went through are good, bad, or whatever, because we're not going to know until all of this happens. Now, I mentioned a girl's name a minute ago, and I do want to talk about her in a little bit, because another gentleman I listened to last night was that Dave XRP Lion. Someone had posted a video of him 3 hours and 47 minutes long, and I thought, I'll watch what I can watch in intervals and see what he has to say. And I do want to talk about that, because if anybody even watched the first 45 or 50 minutes, you may be starting to doubt things. But I'm going to take them doubts right away tonight, because I did some stuff. We're going to talk about it. But I want to talk about the kids, because that's what I believe my show is best for. I believe my show is best for getting you guys, family over here, where you can chat, where you can do things. Now, anybody, if you guys are listening, and you can pass this on as more and more people come on, as we play the music and more people come on. But I listened to Dave XRP last night to about almost a 50-minute mark, and some things he was saying was starting to really bother me. So, see, I don't want to lose vibrations. I don't want to lose where I'm at, so I'm not going to let people get to me. See, because listening to him, things that bothered me that he said, that was yesterday that I listened. Today's a whole new day. And guys, I'm reading so many people go, I can't go any longer. This has to go now. We got to do this now. We're going to do it when God says we're going to do it. And that's another thing I want to talk about, God and saying things to do it with the lion. But I have a lot of things to discuss tonight, so I want to get into the kids and tell Jimmy that, first of all, I'm sorry, Jimmy, for the loss of your grandma. I wish we'd got the beds earlier. And this is what really upsets me, kids and grown-ups and everything, that if they're available, why are we waiting? But they're there, Jimmy, and they're gonna be there really soon for you and Mommy. But tell Mommy I'm very, very sorry for you guys' loss. Patriot 11, you must not be with Grandma and Grandpa yet, because I haven't heard anything from her or you guys. So you'll get there. You'll be there. Everything's cool. You get to ride your horses, and we're going to get a ranch going here as soon as we can do it. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp. Tomorrow night, Karate Kid, I got to go to a martial arts. See, here in Illinois, we're so sophisticated. We call it martial arts. And just to make my son and my daughter-in-law upset, I'll look and say, it's karate. It's martial arts. It's karate. It's martial arts. I look at my grandson, and I'll go, you want to go? And I'll give him the karate stuff. And he goes, yeah. And I whack him a good one, or I'll kick him. And when I land my punch, or I land my kick, I look at him and I say, I always look Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. Not Mr. Miyagi from martial arts. And he says, that's what they teach us, Grandpa Hank. Then I said, then how are you doing martial arts? And I don't know the difference between one and the other. All I know is he's found something he loves. And thank you, Lord, he's really actually pretty good at it. But Karate Kid, I just wanted to tell you, keep doing what you're doing. And Wyatt Earp, you know, keep them 6-shooters ablazing, the toy ones. Because we don't really need real guns. When someone asks me about the law, about the guns, I got no comment on it, because if I give my honest comment, I wish we didn't have it. I wish we didn't have guns. I wish they'd take them all away. So see, someone who's trying to get me to say, oh yeah, we got to keep that. That's our God-given right to own a gun. You're talking to the wrong person. I dislike guns totally, but it isn't our right to bear arms. So that being said, yes, they should be able to bear arms. Because, you know, as long as there's people smart enough out there to make them, there's going to be people smart enough out there to get them, whether you say they can have them or not. Now, I was talking to a gentleman here a while back, and he's adamant on this subject, kids. He's really, really adamant. And he tells me, I have 2 handguns to go along with my hunting guns in my house. I said, why? He goes, protection. I said, protection? Yeah. So you accidentally leave your door unlocked, and 3 or 4 guys run into your house with guns, pointing them at you and your family. Are you going to say, time out, time out? I got to go to where I keep my guns hidden from my kids so we can be a fair fight? Don't play that way, guys. So the only thing to me a gun like that in your house can do for you, the only thing it can do is possibly bad things if your kids happen to get a hold of them. Now, you know, I know this person very, very well, and I know the kids aren't going to, and I know the area where this family lives, they're never going to have to worry about that. But it's just, I don't like guns. Anyway, but I do like you, Wyatt. You're my brave, courageous, and bold. Patriot Prince is our little queen, and Patriot Hunter, her handsome little brother, big brother. You know, I think of you guys a lot because, you know, there's always, especially as in the more into the summer we get, the more into the summer we get, you know, there's a ball game. You go anywhere in towns and you see ball games going on out there. I know. I've went through so many ball games, and, you know, I have to miss one tomorrow night. The Little Monkeys' last game, I have to miss it because I got to go to a martial arts thing for my grandson. I promised him before I knew she was playing, and if I knew it was her last one, I would have waited a week or two to go see the martial arts. But a promise is a promise, and a grandpa doesn't break them. But you kids, I mean, Princess and Hunter, you have a tremendous, tremendous, wonderful, I just think the world of grandmother. As I think the same of all the parents of all the kids here, you know. I don't know if you guys were seeing it. John posted some pictures of the little one, Boogaloo and Boogaroo. He's got some new teeth. Got some new teeth. What a cutie. Boogs and Boogaloo, or Boogs has just turned into one tremendous, beautiful young woman. She's a teenager. Soon she's going to be singing to Grandpa John, why must I be a teenager in love? And John's going to go, no, no. What's that saying? Calgon, take me away, John's going to be saying. But what I wanted to ask before, and I think I did, because I was getting ready to go do the music and that, but I haven't got through the kids yet. If anybody listened to more of the XRP Dave last night, did he actually say how much 100 trillion is going to be worth? So let's get back to the kids, little Leona and little Ilana. You know, was looking at some pictures of them the other day, and then Saturday night I went to a benefit. And at the benefit there was I didn't know a whole lot of people. It was a benefit for the death of a son of one of my good friends. She lost her son. He was 47 years old, and I didn't know a lot of people there other than her sisters, and their husbands, and two of them's husbands have already passed away. So, it was like thin picking for me, but there was over 100 people there. So I'm just trying to find people to talk to at first. We're looking and we're looking, and all of a sudden, a young man comes up to me and says, "Hi, Uncle Ralph." I turned around, and Dylan, my great nephew. A little bit later, I go to order me a beverage to drink, a good beverage, Jana. And I go to order it, and something is said. All of a sudden, I hear, "Hey, Uncle Ralph." And I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't Dylan. I turned around, it's Patriot, Illinois State boy. And we got talking. He works there. As a matter of fact, both of them worked there, but Dylan was there because small world thing, his one of his best friends is a grandson to the lady Robin. You guys know I talked about this lady before. The lady who lost her son is Robin Altenberger. In high school, she was Robin Tibbs. Now, we have a Robin Tibbs in our group, so I try to make sure I call this one Robin Altenberger, but when we're together, it's always Robin Tibbs. So, finishing up on the kids, we have Patriot Super Gymnast and Patriot 7, and I was having a long talk with him yesterday about we got a lot of work to do before baseball season next year. All we worked on this year was hitting, and he tremendously started hitting the ball really good until he gets into the tournament. Now, he didn't do bad in a tournament, but he didn't hit the ball nowhere near what he did in the regular season. See, because once again, shows what our world is. Here's a young man that I went out and bought him a brand new bat. I bought him a nice, when I played, we had wooden bats. Now they're these aluminum bats, and I bought him a real nice USA bat. He couldn't use it in the tournament because in the tournament, in order to use a bat, it has to be USA. Oh, he looks at me and says, "Papa, can we go get a new bat?" Now, he's got one, if he loses, he's done. So he's got possibly one game to go. He says, "Can we go out and get a new bat?" Yeah, I'm going to go out and throw out $80, $85 for a USA bat. Yeah, no. Use a wood one like I used. I did pretty well with it. But we're going to work on his defense. I think he needs glasses. He wears glasses, but he don't wear glasses. Parents, grandparents, you've been through it. They're supposed to wear glasses. I started wearing glasses when I was 4 years old, and I was told if I wear them consistently by the time I was 8 or 9, I probably would never have to wear them again. I didn't wear them. So now I wear my buddy Holly glasses. Oh boy, is it going to be great when we get to see him. Now you guys know what I did there? Come on. You oldies but goldies should know what I just did. Then we have Patriot Small Hank, who I've already talked about. Patriot Little Monkey, who I've mentioned that I don't get to go to her game. And I do have a story, though. I think I told it the other night. Yeah, about going over there the other day when she was sick, and as soon as she seen me, all of a sudden she wasn't sick no more. She's finally, from what I understand, over it. My daughter's a teacher. She has to deal with kids all day long at school, and she has to do this and she has to do that. So, she really hasn't been, me and her, keeping in a whole lot of touch this summer because she's been doing things with her kids. And as I said, then we have Patriot Little Kara, who I just had going down at the house. But, for kids, just know that when I tell you something, I tell you because I love yous. and I believe in you. And I believe the reason that this group was formed was for the kids, to be there for the kids, and to do and teach you what's all the things that's going on. So I'm gonna say the pledge, and then I'm gonna play the music, and then I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna just have some fun. Okay, I'll be right back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Not right now. I know that you
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Yep. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American. And since we're right there right now, what I'm going to say, guys, is for the children, this show is not meant for children. They're allowed to watch it under the discretion and permission of their parents, their grandparents, or their legal guardians if they say it's fit to watch. We do not use profanity. We keep a clean show, and but we have to do it this way to cover ourselves. The music just played here, and any other music that we do use during a show, if we do extra, is for entertainment purposes only. We have absolutely no legal rights to it. It's for, like I said, it's for the legal, the entertainment. It's our theme song, and that's how we use it. So let's start off with the lion. I know a lot of people like him. I believe he's very knowledgeable if he's truthful. And that's how I'm going to put it. I believe he's very knowledgeable if he's truthful. And I know I might get some people go, well, he talks to God. Well, I'm going to question that too, see, because I talk to God. But see, where mine ends is when I talk to him, I say, God, if something is this, give me a sign. So today when I had my chat, I said, he said some things last night, God, that I'm questioning. If he's right, give me a sign. Show me that he's right, and he didn't. I'm not saying that he doesn't have algorithms and things like that for the currency. I'm not saying that he's not a very intelligent man, and I'm not saying that he does talk to God and God does talk back, because there's so many people out there either talking to God or talking to what's them guys that them little green men with ears that's got spaceships out there. There's so many people talking to extraterrestrial or whatever there's so many people in our lives now that's talking to everybody. You know me? Here's what I do. I talk to God, but I talk to myself, because I've never lost a fight with myself yet, but I've never won one either. But see, I'm not trying to say this to be funny. It's last night. I start to watch his video, and it's 3 hours and 47 minutes. But then something came to me, and it says, listen to some of it. Just see what they got to say. Because he was supposed to talk about he solved what we needed, what we were going to get for the Zims, the Zim bonds. He solved it. He's going to let us know. And the money is just, you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. Well, I had seen once before, about 6 weeks ago, he did one similar. But he said, no, this is for the 24th of June that we've done this, and we're ready to release this. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to see, and as he's talking, guys, he's saying, when I get ready to release what I'm going to tell you, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Me and whoever he was with, we'll just call him Jess. I don't remember the person's name, so I apologize, because I know I don't have the right name. But anyway, he says, me and Jess will just chat, and we'll give you 5 minutes. What you do with them 5 minutes is up to you. But before I release what I'm going to tell you, once I release it, everybody who watches this is going to be running to Banknote World, Banknote World, Banknote World. And I said it 3 times, guys, because through his thing, he kept emphasizing Banknote World. He goes on to say, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you some advice on what might make you more wealthy than you've ever considered to be. He starts talking about the $100 trillion banknote. He starts talking about Banknote World. And it dawned on me, as much as I like him, as much as I think he could be for real, right then and there, the only thing I could see is, yeah, if he's gonna, when I seen 6 weeks ago, he said we were going to get, I think it was either 6 or 7 billion for every 100 trillion. 6 or 7 billion, not 30 or 40 million, not 30 to 75 million, but 6 to 7 billion. And now he's updated it, and it's more from what I understood. And I thought, I want to hear this. I mean, I'm happy with 6 to 7 billion. But as the man talked, it was always Banknote World. Now, I agree with him on one thing. You don't want to buy from, what's the name of that place on the internet? Amazon. Or you don't want to go and just run an ad and say, I'm looking to buy some Zim bonds, you're going to get taken. Now, I bought from Banknote World. I bought from 100trillions.com. I bought from a couple others, and I've given you guys all the information if you wanted to. I can promise you, I make nothing. So when I give you that information, what you did with it was up to you. You don't mention my name. You just go in, you buy what you want, and it's over. But all he wanted to talk about and saying the only ones that are good is from Banknote World. I'm thinking, no, that's not true. So I'm not going to sit here and cut the man apart. I just, what got me on a little bit of a defensive is because he started talking to this friend of his. I think we said we're going to call him Jess. And he's talking to this person about other things, and he goes, well, yeah, the other day when I was doing a show, and he mentioned this lady's name. But he mentioned not just her first name, but her whole last name. It just wasn't the initial. And that's what I know the lady by. About how, you know, with her opinions and everything with her, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. We just got a list the other day, and guess where she was sitting? Right at the top. And it's kind of like a list that we got. It's kind of like for a kid, you do not want to be right at the top of Santa's bad list, right? So I'm thinking, wait a minute. If she is that, and I thought that for a long time because she used to announce it, she had a chance to go. But she never got on the boat to go. But see, here's the thing. She'll tell you all about it. She'll tell you what she knows. So she had a chance to go, and she knew people that was going, and she knew everything that was going on. Why didn't she report it? Because to me, you're just as guilty as if you went. Maybe not just as guilty, but you're, you know, it's like I was watching a show the other night, and the police showed up at the door to arrest this guy 18 years later. Because his brother said, drop me off here at the currency exchange, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in and I'm going to cash my check. He goes in. His original plans was to go in, and the guy that was working the currency exchange and him were going to fake a robbery where they got all the money and then split it 50-50. They knew they was on video, so they actually had to make it look good. There was no bullets in the gun, but the kid panicked. The guy panicked for some reason, knowing there's nothing going to happen. Maybe it's God's way of showing them they was doing something wrong, because the guy that was being robbed ended up having a heart attack. Well, the guy went back to save him, but he couldn't, so he got out of there. He jumps in the car and he looks at his brother and says, take off, go fast. Well, they arrested the guy. They threw him in jail for 18 years for murder. But then they arrested his brother, who knew nothing about it, absolutely nothing. You know, so being in the wrong place at the wrong time is a bad thing. But I'm done with this talking about what I saw. If you guys watched it and there was some other good stuff, please feel free to send it to me. I like him. I'm probably going to go back tonight and pick up at the 50-minute mark and see. I do want to see what the price is going to be, but the one thing he did get me to do is he got me to go through all my currency and get it all lined up. I got everything ready to go, and I got this very nice sheet of the 12 different kind of currencies, and I go, oh boy. Ron looks at me and says, what's the matter? I says, on my sheet here, we got all of this nice currency, right? He goes, yeah. And I says, we got 12 of them, right? And he said, yes. No, we got 13. I had forgot to put the Venezuelan Bolivar on there. You know, the $1 million notes that we used to be able to buy $1 million notes very, very cheaply. Well, I did it, and I did it, and I did it a few more times, and I forgot to put them on there. So knowing that I got that, I don't know why people want to go out and say things at this time to try to scare people, but they do. So all I'm going to ask, and I've got some things that's going to cover a little bit of that, keep your vibrations up if you're doing what I'm doing. And I wanted to talk to Wolvie on this. Wolvie, for some reason, you and TNT Tony are grinding axes. Enough. Nip it, both of yous. We're not here for you, Wolvie. We're not here for TNT Tony. We're here for God. So nip it. Quit fighting. You got followers and you bring them down, and I work my rear end off getting my followers up, and then all of a sudden I said, did you hear what Wolverine said? Oh, did you see what TNT Tony said? And then because TNT Tony doesn't get it exactly right, now all of a sudden he's a bad guy. We're all bad guys because we don't get it all right. We just don't get it all right, guys. We have to understand that. It will happen in God's time. Now, I want to read this about God. And I have not read it all, so I don't know exactly how it's going to end, but I got about halfway through, and I said, I think the group would like to hear this when you listen to me later when you're not chatting. Okay, this is like I'm talking to God. It says me. So I'm me. Hey, God. God. Hello. Me. I'm falling apart. Can you put me back together? God. I would rather not. Me. Why? God, because you aren't a puzzle. Me. What about all of the pieces of my life that are falling down onto the ground? God, let them stay there for a while. They fell off you for a reason. Take some time and decide if you need any of those pieces back. Me. You don't understand. I'm breaking down. God. No. You don't understand. You are breaking through. What you are feeling are just growing pains. You are shedding. Okay, You're shedding the things and other people in your life that are holding you back. You aren't falling apart. You are falling into place. Relax. Take some deep breaths and allow those things you don't need anymore to fall off you. Quit holding onto the pieces that don't fit you anymore. Let them fall off. Let them go. Me, once I start doing that, once I start doing that, what will be left of me? God, only the very best pieces of you. Me, I'm scared of changing. God, I keep telling you, you aren't changing, you are becoming. Me, becoming who? God, becoming who I created you to be, a person of light and love and charity and hope and courage and joy and mercy and grace and compassion. I made you for more than the shallow pieces you have decided to adorn yourself with, that you cling to with such greed and fear. Let those things fall off of you. I love you. Don't change. Become who I made you to be. I'm going to keep telling you this until you remember it. Me, there goes another piece. God, yep, let it be. Me, so I'm not broken? God, of course not. But you are breaking like the dawn. It's a new day. I really like that. I'm glad I read it to the end, because think about that. Think about that. I mean, whoever wrote that, they had to be touched by God. For them to come out and say something and do something and put that out there like that, he had to put that in their head. And it's the truth, guys. If you think you're having a bad day, let it go. Let it go. You know, I experienced something over the weekend. It had to deal with my family. And I could have elaborated on it. And if you get a chance to talk to Ron, you can ask him how I felt when I found out this was going to happen this way on the weekend. I was heartbroken. I felt just like that guy. I felt pieces falling off of me, like I was being used, abused. And then I looked at him later into the weekend, and he said something. He said, you seem to be in a better mood. And I said, yeah. I said, you know why? Because that was yesterday, Ron, that this happened. I can't go back and change it. I can't do nothing about it. So I'm just leaving it there. And I'm moving for today. And today will be a better day. And if it's not, then tomorrow will be my better day. But if I keep elaborating, if I keep worrying about Bruce said last night, and I'll get into Bruce in a minute. If I go and say that TNT Tony or others said this is what's happening, and it doesn't happen. And I keep elaborating on it. Oh, it's tearing me up. Why is it tearing you up, guys? If you wouldn't have got involved in this, you wouldn't have known this. You'd be like our other brother or our sister-in-law or some nieces and nephews, my son. You'd be people who just don't know. So you wouldn't be going through anything anyway. You'd just be thinking, oh my goodness, can you believe this? I went to town today. I had to get an oil change. I bought a car recently, and the guy says, well, we just changed all the fluids. All the fluids, and all of a sudden, a couple days ago, my light comes, not a flickering light, it's a message, keeps going on and on and on till you fix it. One of them was, you're out of windshield washer. I haven't used any windshield washer. How can I be out? I used it one time, and I'm out of fluids. The other one comes on, change your oil soon, and it keeps going. It doesn't go away. It's not like the red light that just sits there and you wonder what's going on. It tells you what's going on. I needed windshield wiper fluid and I needed oil. So I looked at Ron. I said, I'm going to town today and get my oil changed. Now, when I bought this car, 6 weeks ago, the man told me he just changed every fluid, did all the things, to everything, changed the oil and everything. I ain't kidding you. The oil that was in it was blacker than I've ever seen any oil in any vehicle. Yes, it was okay. Level-wise, it was not. It doesn't use oil. But the guy looked at me when he found, and it was over a year ago that the oil was changed. And I'm thinking, and he just told me when he sold me that car. See, my feelings is I should have the right to go back and look at him and get some kind of discount. But I don't care. I can't change it. It's not going to do it. It's set up until we change things. It's set up for us to accept what we're getting, but not let it bother us. Let the pieces fall, like I just read. Let the pieces fall. You're not falling apart. You're building yourself up. And that's where we're at. Let's see what we got. Okay. This is from Ron sent it to me that Diane had posted it on our Telegram. Mr. Salvage 62524 Tier 4A, Tier 4B are ready to receive the notifications. The U.S. is under pressure to release NES, the big N. Wells Fargo and HSBC are in high alert. All transactions are under military supervision. All paymasters are ready and funded. All notifications will be launched globally. All funds will be dispersed globally. The rumor is that we are expecting this to happen during this week. It's got something here about Hillary Clinton's former campaign manager, JP. Let's put it this way, he's not a good man, especially when it comes to children. This is from Wolverine, forwarded from Wolverine from TNT Tony. Waiting on go. There is agreement amongst them. When it will be announced and what they are waiting on. Window 5 minutes from now until Sunday morning. Sunday is a celebration day in Iraq. TNT, they are waiting for the trigger. There is a trigger. He won't tell us what that is. TNT now saying Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Sunday morning for live rate window. I think it's going to go all at once. I understand bondholders are getting paid and notifications are going out, but I think that the last set that everybody is waiting for, the switch, the green light, I believe it's going to it's going to happen all at once. Big N, Big G, and the last tier. That's just my opinion. I have no intel. It's just that that is my gut feeling. Let's see what else we got. Some of this I might have just read, so just bear with me as I'm trying to bring stuff up. Oh, that's the same thing. Yeah, that was funny because what I read that Diane sent us about Tier 4A and 4B, I sent it over to Ron the exact time he was sending it over to me. Okay. Frank 26 says Al Sudani, Iraq Prime Minister, and his team is going to the U.S. Treasury and deliver the monetary reforms that Sudani is going to implement for RV and RI of the IQD. That is the reason why they are reforming the banking sector, which will increase in value of the Iraq dinar. This other stuff here about TNT Tony is what I just read you. So let's go back. Here's a little video. It's 2 seconds long, and all it says is the RV is coming. Signs of high vibrations person, of a high vibration person. Animals feel safe in your presence. People stare at you in public. Random strangers love to come to you and talk and tell you their life stories. You can feel the energy of a room shift when you walk in. You irritate toxic people just by being your true and authentic self. Well, I must have very high vibrations. So I want to talk about Bruce a little bit, guys, because I don't have the reading for Bruce. All I have is just the video and the audio, and I listened to it. I want to thank RX for getting it out, and everyone else who got it out last night. Ron wasn't feeling good. He's feeling much better today. And he thanks you, everyone, for all your well wishes and Bruce starts off by saying, on Saturday, redemption centers, banks, whatever, had about a 2.5 hour meeting. No one knows what come out of the meeting. They just know that they had it. The following day, people went in to the redemption centers. They was looking to start, and they went in on staggered time. So if you got there a little early, if it started, you got there a little early, there'd be someone there. If you got there a little later, there'd still be someone there. So they're getting things. Okay, the ducks are in the water. They're in the water. The turtle's about ready to cross the line. I don't know if he was sleeping over there or what happened, but I said the turtles are about ready to cross the line, and he just moaned. So I don't know, maybe he's happy. But Bruce went on to talk about, if you live in the United States, they're going to give you the contract rate. You don't have to ask for it, but guys, as my family here, as my friends, as people I love, ask for it. When they tell you this thing, now they're supposed to give it to you. And because he's talking about the the dinar, and then he says the dong is also hanging in there. I thought that was just the cutest line. Come on, think about it. If I don't get a laugh on that one, I'm losing my touch. But anyway, I'm telling you, even if they give you the contract rate, you go in there, and when they tell you what they're going to give you for them, it says, can I get the contract rate on everything? See, because if you look at them and tell them you want the contract rate, they know they're not messing with somebody that just came in off of the street. They know you guys have been around the block. You know, they know you've been around the block and you know what you're talking about. Make sure you absolutely know everything before you hand over your currency to them. Have your list put together. Make sure you know exactly what's on that list. And we have to put our faith into them when they take it to count them. If by chance they come back to you and there's one thing that they might say, like, okay, and I'm going to use this as an example. I have a lot of them, and they come back and they say, well, this one and this one and this one, they're no good. Now, I've heard they're going to honor everything no matter what. That's what I've heard. But if they say, we're not going to give you, we'll pay you for these here, but we're not going to pay you for these $100 trillion notes. Okay, hold your hand out and say, well, hand them back to me. Do not leave there and leave them there. If they say, well, no, they're no good, we're just going to, no. You leave nothing there. If it's yours and they don't pay you on it, you take it with you. Because you can always try a bank or another redemption center. I don't think there's going to be any cheating. I don't. But we have to protect ourselves. So if they're not going to pay you on something, remember, you're the one that purchased it. So you do what you got to do to keep everything the right way. Bruce is really sure that we're really close. And guys, I'm not even going to go say Bruce here. I'm going to say myself. Everybody you talk to is sure it's happening soon. How soon? Maybe I look outside the box a little too much, but see, as much as I want it tomorrow, as much as I want it the day after, man, our country was built on a 4th of July. Tell me that's not when we should get our numbers. Now, you get your number. You call and you make your appointment. You know everything is good and you're ready to go the next day. Can you imagine what you're going to feel like being at your family get-together? And even if you don't have a family get-together, you might go out and buy one that day. Just think of what you're going to feel like knowing what you're going to get. And I listened to someone say the other day, we're all in it for the money. No, we're not. We're in it for what the money can do. If you're just in it for the money, you're not moving up. I once was. Am I liking the fact? Am I liking the fact that there's going to be a lot of money there? But yeah, I'm listening and I hear a guy say, we all have to have the revaluation. Well, what about the people who don't have currency? You know what? They want to take and pay off all my bills. They want to up what I'm going to get for Social Security. They want to give us our R&R money. They want to take everything I got, me and Ron, and rebuild the world. I'm okay with that. Because what we're going to get for R&R, what we're going to get for Social Security, if they don't want me working humanitarian projects and they got all the people to do it and they want all the money, they can have it. We're going to get taken care of one way or another. You know, when I heard about the R&R money, guys, I got so excited because there's so many people out there that they just will not listen. And I was talking to an unbelievable friend of mine the other day. And we got talking about money that we have. And he said, Ralph, do you have all of your money diversified into silver and gold or XRP or something like that. I looked at him and I laughed. I said, no, I got it all in foreign currency because that's the only thing I could afford. I don't have when I got divorced, I had to pretty much lose my pension, not my pension, but my retirement funds and stuff. And guys, I live month to month. But I don't go and cry about it. I mean, today I won't go and I get my oil change. It cost me $60. Next time I'll change the oil myself. But even at that, it takes 7 quarts in this vehicle I got. 7 quarts at $5 a quart. And then another $9 for the little jobber that goes on it. So, I mean, not counting tax, I'm already paying $44. So it's going to cost me, with tax, $47, $48. So in essence, I feel I got my oil change today for $20. Plus, they put all of the fluids in, the fluids that was supposed to be put in there. We can't change, but don't be in it just for the money. The money's going to be there. As I was saying, I got so happy when I found out about the R&R. And there's a video out. Patriot Diane posted a video with her boyfriend. And I use this jokingly because there's a guy out there, I believe his name is Grant. If she's on it, she could he's a guy that she really likes to follow. And she posted it. And the title of the video was, "Where does the money come from?" Where does the money come from? And I thought, I'm going to listen to this. It's only like a 9-minute video, audio, video, whatever. And he explains everything. From the day you're born, he explains everything 100%. And wow, it made me feel so good. Because I know no matter what. But see here, they always say, that the people who have the Zim to help people. You're going to need to help people. You're going to need to help people. And I'm thinking, yeah, you are. But if everybody's going to get the R&R, what help is going to be needed? They're going to have their own money. But then it dawned on me. It's just like the lotto. They're going to get this R&R money, and there's going to be a lot of people out there that their eyes are like this, closed tight. And when they get it, they're going to go, oh, wow, I'm going to go buy a new house. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. And before you know it, is it going to be anything? So they're going to need help. And I believe that's what we're here for, because once they lose it and we can help them again, we can get them back on their feet with a nice house and give them a job, a job, But it won't be just over broke anymore, And as I'm thinking of one of my projects, just here in this town, I'm thinking, wow, when I actually go and make the presentation around in me about what we want to do, all the jobs it's going to create, the money that people's going to be making. Because right now, we live in a little town of 250 people, and it's bite or get bitten. I mean, everybody's out after everybody. It's a terrible situation. So we're going to be there. So let's see now what Judy has to say, and we'll call it a night. Restored Republic via the GCR update as of Wednesday, 26 June by Judy Bidington. What comes next will shock the world, from the letter between P and R. World War III alert, Russia claims terrorist attack on U.S. I want to talk about something real quick. And I want to talk about, I'm proud to be an American. But I'm tired of reading Americans. What is the United States problem now? It's us holding everything back. Because I've been doing this thing for over 15 years. For over 15 years, and I've heard that this will never go until Iraq resets the dinar. How many times have we been told just in the last few months, oh, Iraq's going to post their rate in the news cassette on Sunday? Because it only goes in on Sunday and Wednesday. Now they were going to post it today. I read an article last Friday. Oh, they'd posted it. It's in there. It's not. So how is the United States the one holding everything up? You know, we keep hearing reports from Wolvie about Brazil is. I don't care about Brazil. I care about the world. And we should all go together. Like the Beatles say right now. Let's all go together. So that's just me ranting and raving. Julian, Assange, was set free, and also was his intel released on, you know, what he was in there for. Also, the British MP released intel on the cabal dirty things that explode, false flag that was to be blamed on Russia, while around the same time redacted and arrested by the Israeli police force charged with criminals for instigating false flag attack on their soil. Though the most shocking event that happened on Tuesday was release of the global currency reset of all nations and world to gold / asset-backed currencies valued at 1-to-1 with each other, which is automatically and effectively shut down by cabal's international criminal operations. Dirty monies can't function on the Starlink satellite global financial system. Tuesday, 25th June 2024, the letter between PNR, what comes next, will shock the world. 25th, 2024, bombshell report. Judy Byington under Sleepy's order and without knowledge of approval, the U.S., place that begins with a C. The Air Force directed I'm not going to go there. Sorry. I start reading stuff. When I get to a certain point, I can't read it, so we'll just forget it. Monday, 24th June 2024, the Federal Reserve has been hacked and over 33 TB of data is now missing. Judy, note warning, there is a channel calling itself the official Restored Republic website. I have no connections with it, so do not listen to it, or if you do listen to it, do not blame me because I'm warning you now. Then she talks about the 22 faces of Jenny Hill. There is a massive fire on Tuesday the 25th. Massive fire at one of Russia's main defense electronics producers and research centers. Global currency reset, Tuesday, 25th June 2024. Wolverine, what I have been told by my Brazil contact, payments have started. Some are getting paid, and they are all under NDA. There's a problem paying by crypto. There is a platform paying by crypto, and they are about to kick off. I think it is, it tells what it is. I can't read it. About 30 minutes ago, I heard that the hat will be reinstated as the legitimate as of Monday, 1 July 2024. Judge Clarence Thomas will read both sentences where it was established that from a vote. Okay, this has to do with what happened in 2020 with voting. Another says it's going to be this week. They're adamant, but but some say right after Thursday, 4th of July. Many of you cannot wait any longer as you are hanging on by a thread. Let us all pray to God that we have the green light to move forward. You know, as I said, and I read that, you're not holding on as a thread. People, things are dropping off of you. You think you're there, but just remember what I read you. Mark Z is very, very up. There has been several attempts at taking a certain person that wears a hat, or we say wears a hat, out, but that won't happen. You're going to see things happen, people, that you're not going to like. And you're prepared for it, and you're not going to like it. Remember, it's not true. It's not. With that, I'm going to say a prayer and say good night. I need to get something to drink. My throat is starting to get dry. So, dear Lord, as we come to the end of tonight's show, thank you for bringing such an amazing group of people on here, family, friends, and loved ones, along with some new people. Lord, as we end tonight's show, we just want to ask you to look out for 100% of the children, our family, our members, and everyone that needs your help, Lord. Look after Patriot Dana 1111 as she's struggling with the loss of sight. Look after Renee with losing her mom, Jimmy, his grandmother, and look after all of us, Lord, as we all need you each and every day, each and every minute, as we pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Guys, I wanted to report on that. I got a message from Patriot Dana 1111, and in the message, she thanked me for mentioning her the other night that I had seen she had posted something on our Telegram site. She said the reason she was not posting a lot, was not researching a lot, and wasn't doing a lot is she is now 100% blind. She has some things put on her phone and her computer and that she can use, that she can do voice activation messages, and she can have stuff when she gets messages. She has something you can read to her, and then the videos she can play and listen to. So let's keep her in our prayers, and let's pray for these beds, because we need her to get her sight back, as we need so many people that need this. I was talking to one of our other patriots the other day, and she's having some troubles, and I will not mention her name because I promised her I wouldn't, but just keep the people in here, keep them in your prayers as we move forward. Will we be here Thursday night? My gut feeling says yes. And this is the first time I've had a gut feeling that we would do a show. I'm sorry, tonight is Thursday, isn't it? I'm sorry, is tonight Tuesday? Tonight's Wednesday. We'll be back Friday. I'm sorry, guys. I tell you, I've been so busy this summer, I can't keep anything straight. So we'll be back Friday, and I really believe we will be. But if we're not, it's for the good things. Remember what I read you tonight about God and the parts falling off. They're not falling off. They're just going where they're supposed to be. Good night, everyone. We love yous all.